Today we are going to discuss the principle of project management known as planning. This presentation is being brought to you by myself, Elliot Cook, and my fellow team members, Julian Harrell, Nathan, Kristen, and Thomas McNamara. We will discuss several sections regarding planning in this presentation. First, we look at planning project scope management. Planning project scope management is simple as holding a team meeting, preparing a team contract, or creating a work breakdown structure, also known as a WBS. During team meetings, you will want to prepare an agenda that defines the meeting's purpose, list discussion topics, and identify who is expected to attend. When preparing a team contract, you will want to outline ground rules for the team, create a code of conduct, and set up a different means of communication. You will also want to prepare a work breakdown structure. A work breakdown structure is a hierarchical decomposition of the work to be executed by the project team. Project manager and subject matter experts determine the main deliverable for the project. We then look at planning time and schedule management. As with any project, time and schedule management plays a major role. You will need to identify essential tasks, determine how much time is required to complete each task, identify task interrelationships, determining how timing affects those relationships, and create a Gantt chart which will assist with thresholds for variance, accuracy of timing estimates, rules about the performance of the project, and process descriptions. Here is an example of what a Gantt chart looks like. Planning cost management. This is another major role in project management. You must establish a cost management plan. This plan should include the level of estimate accuracy, units of measure for labor currencies, such as hours a day, and dollars, euros, etc., budgetary control thresholds, rules of performance measurement, and reporting formats. You will also want to create a cost baseline. A cost baseline allows you to measure actual cost, monitor actual cost, and control overall cost. Planning quality management will greatly benefit your project. You'll want to first create a quality management plan, which should include quality metrics, quality checklist, process improvement plan, and documentation updates. You will also want to establish quality assurance checks, focusing on frequency and locations. Here is an example of what a quality checklist looks like. This will give you an idea of how a checklist may appear. Planning human resource management plays a much bigger role than many people believe. There are many items that must be established before starting a project, such as project roles, role responsibilities, role skill requirements, role time requirements, reporting relationships, and creating a staffing management plan. Once the project team is formed, it then has to be managed. Managing a project team consists of tracking team member performance, providing feedback, resolving issues between team members, and managing team member changes to optimize performance. Planning communication management, best described as a need-to-know system. You have to determine who needs to know, stakeholders, project teams, external vendors, relevant internal departments, etc. What information do they need to know? Each person, team, department, and vendor will have different informational requirements. Lastly, how will it be communicated? Will it be communicated through meetings, reports, email, discussion boards, document repositories, etc.? Planning risk management. This involves identifying risk by brainstorming, interviewing, Delphi technique, or by using SWOT analysis. You will want to create a risk register, perform analysis, qualitative and quantitative, as well as plan responses to specific situations, such as avoidance, acceptance, transference, mitigation, exploitation, sharing, and/or enhancement. As previously mentioned, here is a sample of what a risk register may look like. Continuing on, we come to planning, procurement, management. Here you will become very familiar with two documents, the Request for Proposal, or RFP, and Request for Quote, or RFQ. This is also the section you will need to choose what is best for the project. You will perform make or buy decisions, which usually involves cost analysis, expert judgment, and market research. You will also select a contract type, such as fixed price, cost reimbursable, or time and material. Planning stakeholder management. Much like planning communication management, you must choose who gets what information. You need to determine each engagement level for each stakeholder and their communication requirements while keeping in mind the stakeholders' interrelationships. You will also need to establish management strategies for each stakeholder. These strategies should help project sponsors make decisions about the project, such as investment level, probability for success, and expected completion times. This concludes our presentation on the principal planning of project management.